Hello and welcome to another wilderness. Hello and welcome to another wilderness tame video. And in this one we're going to be raising the crown on some trees. Nothing massive, just overhanging branches that make it a bit awkward to get around your garden. But we're hopefully going to be doing it in such a way that you don't notice that the trees are being pruned and trimmed. I think I mentioned in another video, a recently pruned shrub should look better, not like it's just been recently pruned. So I don't want to be seeing like bright white cut ends of twigs and branches facing me as I'm walking around the garden. I'm going to be angling the cuts in such a way that they are pretty much invisible, and hopefully getting them back to places where they'll naturally shoot away again, but also that they're one thing I like to use is a bit of an overhanging leaf to disguise the cuts. So using only my Max Forged dual link British made beasts of loppers. These are actually really heavy but quality gear, and delighted to find a British made, good quality tool. I mean, I happily paid, I think, is it 75 or 85 pounds for these, and they're beasts and they're really, really good. I should have maybe cleaned them up a bit for this video and treat them like I treat my scythe blades, but anyway, cracking on. So behind me here we have this delightful beech, not a native to the northeast of England, but Fagus sylvatica. And just getting around this garden means a lot of stooping and all of this sort of nonsense, which I can't be bothered with. So yeah, we're gonna deal with this. And there's a tree to your left, my right, which is also really overhanging low down to the ground, and there's obstructing access to a particular part of the garden. I just realised I was like... so yeah, so let's tackle this branch. It's hanging almost vertically like a curtain. I want to sort of take it back to about here, which is well above my head height, so again no scratchy scalps. In fact, I'm going to take it back to here. There's some nice overhanging leaves here, and I'm going to cut it at that angle so that from here I don't see any white cut ends. You'd never know I'd been, which is kind of the aim of this exercise, really. Do a similar thing to this branch. This one. I kind of trace them up to see where they will go and where is a good place to cut them. It's a very, very thin one. The usual rule applies doing this to as if you were pruning any kind of shrub or a rose. Roses. The thinner the stem, the harder back you go, the further back you go. It's the same with these very scrawny twigs. I'll take that right back. And often what you find is with these whipping sort of hanging branches, as you start taking stuff off the ends, they actually start to, they lose a bit of weight, so they rise up a bit, which again, makes your life easier. You don't have to cut them back that hard. You could just sort of start trimming away from the end and work your way up to the point that there's enough weight off to raise the branch out of harm's way. There's one here. I'll bring it into view. There's a lot of bare stem on that, so this bit that's causing the problem, I can't really cut back and just have a load of bare stem. So I'm going to take it way up, so there's no chance of it being a problem or an issue. And then this one might have to move you around for this. Hang tight. Looking at the right one, yeah. So again, this one. Really, I'm going to take this back to at least that point. It could go further, but I think back to there would be enough. There's a little twig above it which could grow. You see how the branch sprung up there? Just allows you as the gardener or the customer as the resident to wander around the garden without getting a twig in the eye or a scratched scalp or anything. And there's grass under here, so whoever gets the job of cutting the grass again isn't kind of stooping and bending and getting scratched to bits. I think I've just seen a dragonfly fly past the pond. So turn you around a bit more again, see the next bit. Right, let's have a look at this one behind us. Wow, that's a close up. So this is what we're going to be cutting. This thing here. So I'm going to angle the cut that way so that any, if you're in the area of the garden behind us, approaching this tree, you're not actually going to see the cut end of the stem. Get me? I shall illustrate thus. You can see how I'm angling the cutters up that way. Pretty much an invisible cut. Can you see it? Let's get this out of the way. Yeah. Got my elbow out of the way as well. Can you see that? So not very noticeable at all. Put that to there. Similar angle. If I show you the cut stem, you can see the angle it's being cut at, so that the remaining stump isn't visible. So you don't want to be staring at loads of these on a freshly pruned tree or shrub. It just looks a bit amateurish. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Not all stems grow in the directions that you want them to. So we'll do these underhanging branches now. I'm going to zoom you out a bit. Oh, not in, out. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do these stems that are going straight down. And then we'll do this one. And this one. And this one is originating from way back up under the tree. But I'll take it back to... Actually, do you want to see that? See if I can zoom in on that for you. I'll twig out of the way. This is coming from way up. So there you go, that's raising the crown, or a little bit of it. Obviously with larger trees that cause a problem, there's a bit more maybe chainsaw work involved, or hatchet, axe and saw, whatever tools you have handy. But yeah, essentially it's a good idea to do, because in a garden situation you don't want to be running the risk of a scratched retina. Is the most painful thing I've ever experienced, and it's happened to me 3 times. I'll not bore you with the details, but it's a shockingly excruciating pain. So I wouldn't, wish that on most people. I can think of a few who I would, but so yeah, choose how you tackle your branches. try and make the cuts as invisible as possible. Think about the angles that you're going to be usually approaching these trees from. I mean, as I look at this, I think it's Parotia persica, the iron tree. I could be wrong. It could be one of the corners. I'm a bit hit and miss with it. I need to look closer at the buds actually. But looking at that now, where those low branches were hanging over the edge of the pond, yeah, there's no obvious cut ends of branches. They're all disguised by leaves and angled in such a way that I'm not staring at bright white wood. So yeah, I hope that has been useful to you or for you. Ow, that was my ankle. Sorry. No. Yeah, I hope that's been moderately useful and informative. And if you've found it moderately useful and informative, you might want to consider subscribing for more moderately useful and informative videos, of which I will try to produce an exhaustive supply. Inexhaustive? I'll try and do more. Right, I'll let you crack on. See you in the next one.